real-time live look over Sacramento. A hot weekend, or not too hot, I should say, but definitely some strange feelings out there. A little muggy if you're walking the sidewalks right now, but also some active weather that is definitely in our viewing area. Chief Meteorologist Nick Marianis joins us with a look at what we're seeing right now, Nick.
Yeah, and Steve, a lot of thunderstorm activity, a lot of cloud cover coming across the valley too. Those are the cloud tops that are out ahead of many thunderstorms that are impacting widespread swaths of the Sierra and also down to our foothill communities. We're even seeing some thunderstorm activity getting down toward the valley floor in some spots. So a little bit more coverage, to say the least, than what we had in our forecast last night. Seeing a lot of thunderstorms going up. A lot of these storms, for the most part, have been sub-severe. That said, some of these storms across the higher elevations in the Sierra have been producing frequent cloud guard lightning strikes, along with some small hail and some very heavy rainfall. But these have been moving along and surviving across the lower elevations. I'll show you what's happening right now, live radar, seeing the current batch of some of the heavier weather along a stretch along and south of I-80. You get up from Truckee out toward Donner Pass to Blue Canyon. You can see those white squiggles there. Those are going to be your cloud guard lightning strikes. And then as you get down toward closer to the valley floor, you have Grass Valley toward the east. You have thunderstorm activity taking place right over here. You see again cloud guard lightning strikes, some heavy rainfall, not too far away from Yuba City, in fact. So you have Yuba City, Wheatland, Lincoln down to the south here, and you have thunderstorm activity that is making its way down toward the valley floor. So you have to watch out for that. Remember, if you can hear thunder, you are close enough to be struck by lightning. Thunder is a result of lightning. You can't have one without the other. So every time there's thunder, there's always lightning. And keep that in mind here as these storms continue working their way through. Also notice on live radar, just the south of Truckee, closer to Incline Village. Notice those brighter colors there. You can even see radar coming in, returning some of the purple on radar. What that's seeing is ice up into the storm. That's going to be the small hail that we have seen reports of as a result of some of these heavier storms across the Sierra so far this afternoon and into this evening. So what do we expect over the next couple of hours? I think the storms have reached their peak intensity. I don't expect to see a lot more in the way of, in terms of severe thunderstorms. What is a severe thunderstorm? It's when you have wind gusts above 60 miles per hour and quarter-size hail or larger. We've had some of those type of storms over the last 24 hours in the Sierra, including just south of Tuolumne County, closer to Yosemite National Park earlier this afternoon. We do not have that in our area, but some of these storms have been heavier, along with some rainfall that is a result of these storms down toward the foothills. But as these storms continue advancing toward the west, they will continue losing their steam and start to weaken. That said, as we get past the dinner hour tonight and soon after sunset, an isolated thunderstorm can't be ruled out through 9-10 o'clock. You can see our futurecast showing that here, getting past 10 o'clock from Grass Valley down toward Yuba City. It's, again, that same quarter where we are seeing the active weather at this hour. Tonight, skies begin to clear, but a few more storms can't be ruled out tomorrow over the higher elevations of the Sierra. I don't expect to see a repeat of the coverage in place or the frequency of lightning strikes, but we'll be watching that for you as we get through tomorrow. Otherwise, beyond tomorrow, drier weather for the Sierra is expected for the valley. Temperatures working their way back down from the mid-90s that we've been in down to the upper 80s to low 90s. So not as hot later this week. Steve?
All right, Nick, staying on top of it all for us. Thanks for that.